Hello, my name is Cullen Davis, and in a few weeks I will have the distinct pleasure of graduating from Alabama State University with a major in communications journalism. Over the past few years, I've had the opportunity to be a part of the internship and practicum course that is applied to my major in terms of being a communications department student. The course is led by Dr. William Robinson and Mrs. Lafitte. And through the last 2 years, they have been in my corner to help not only make sure that students get the adequate and proper internship site, but to also make sure that it's making a difference in what they want to do and the endeavors they want to get into post-grad. For me, I had a numerous amount of internships and practicum experiences while I was at ASU. While in the course, the first one I attended was being a communications assistant with the Montgomery Biscuits. The Montgomery Biscuits are a AA professional baseball team that are adjacent and a training facility for the Major League Baseball team, the Tampa Bay Rays. So for me, my job and duties were to not only provide post-game coverage, pre-game coverage, conduct interviews with players and coaches, update the stats for all the games, create the game notes that were to be passed out to fans, coaches, managers, players, the day of the game, and to also update the social media. This internship opportunity was the very first I ever had in a professional setting. Being a professional in the communications department, the more runs you get, the better you get. And with baseball, it was 6 games out of 7. Well, 6 games out the week. So 6 days out of 7, I'm at the facility, I'm at the game, or I'm working from home. Although it was difficult, although it was a lot of long nights, although it was very, very tedious, it was that gave me the skill set, the tools in my toolbox to understand what to do, to understand the expectations of this job, this role, this whole department, and to get ingrained and feel comfortable that I can do it myself. Throughout time, I gained my mentor in Chris Adams-Wall, who was my supervisor. And he was there every step of the way, through every mistake, through every error, through every good job, everything that you can imagine, he was there. And I'm so thankful for him because if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have felt confident that I could do this job. Because of the confidence, I naturally went through a natural process of getting called up a little bit to the NBA. The NBA is the league that I always dreamed about working with, and once I knew I wanted to work in sports as a communication specialist and communication assistant, it was something I wanted to do. So the next internship I achieved was being a PR intern during the summer for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm very thrilled about this because I was the second ever Sekou Smith recipient. The legacy of Sekou Smith and knowing that I'm filling in the shoes of someone that is such a legendary status holds a lot of weight in the HBCU community, in the NBA community, and in the Black community as well, just made me be even more thrilled to make sure I did a great job. Those same skills of being on top, paying attention to detail, that goes a long way in sports is what I learned there. Being someone that represents an NBA company, you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to have the wrong number. You don't want to do anything that is off. Send the wrong email, add someone to the email list that's not supposed to. It just showed me the attention to detail that it takes when you work with $1 billion operation, $1 billion company, $1 billion league, and $1 billion players. So that experience led me to get ingrained and be well equipped for my current internship, for a practicum in my actual current job, which is a basketball communications coordinator with the Chicago Bulls. All of this wrapped into one made a beautiful full circle moment where I can pinpoint that if it wasn't for the Montgomery Biscuits, I wouldn't have felt comfortable, wouldn't have felt equipped, and wouldn't have felt that I was ready to take on this role as a full-time position. So far in this role, I've been there for over 2 months, and the feedback from not only my supervisor, my colleagues, but those from other departments have been outstanding. I take it as a blessing that ASU, in moments where I didn't think that it was, coming into a full picture, was engraving me with the details that I needed to learn. Learning about different writing styles and different tones from, Dr. Baker, who's my, not only was she my advisor, but a very, very trusted professor that is one of my favorites, to Dr. Morrison, to to the Hornet Tribune newspaper, to Mr. Dean. I mean, all of these people, the small conversations, the small assignments, the articles, the research, working as an SID with Miss Jessica Madison, all of these things help equip me to be the person I am and feel ready. Honestly, I don't think I would have been ready without any of them. I know I wouldn't have been ready. So I sit here today with representing not only my current job and where I came from and the skills that I learned, the lessons that I learned, the conversations I had that got me to this point to represent the Chicago Bulls, but also staying here, being able to show where I came from, which is SWAC and ASU, and how they were able to build someone that is ready for this. And I sit back and I'm reflective. Not that I'm not grateful, but in these moments, I really appreciate what ASU did for me, how much every conversation meant, and how much sometimes even the smallest a thing can help paint such a big picture. So I stand here reflective of everything I've learned through these courses, everything I've learned through my classes, my courses, from the good grades to the bad grades. It all helped make a full circle moment that I'm proud to be a part of. Thank you.